Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. It's Tuesday nights live on the Car Shipping Business Channel. I'm Jay, your host. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You know, my goal every Tuesday night is to bring to you another trade show level business presentation to you wherever you are, because your business deserves the latest in auto transport news. And if you're busy, and I know you are, you can skip ahead. Here's what's going to happen. In a few minutes, I'm going to do the welcome lineup. I'm going to tell you what's happening, and then you'll see where in the show maybe you want to jump to. If you're watching on demand, there are time codes below in the video description. You can click those, jump ahead to the sections that you want to see. Do me a favor, please leave a comment. Remember to like, share, tell your friends. Thanks for watching ATI. Are you still searching for something seamless? Do you click a few buttons and then you have to do all the legwork? Does car shipping have to be all phone calls and emails? How fast can you get a quote? Are there options? Are you a shipper, a dealer, a consignor, or an auction? Is this retail, wholesale, POV, or an integration? Tonight, we've got John Robertson, Executive Vice President of Ship Your Car Now, taking center stage. And you're in your chair. You're at the trade show. This is the discussion topic you've been waiting for. Plus, he's going to give a live demo of the software. And then we have a Powerhouse Automotive professional panel with dealers, clients, internal champions, all hosted by Ship Your Car Now's VP of Dealer Success, Don Brady. You'll remember where you were when you saw this show, so please join the live chat, ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business, because it's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for the Ship Your Car Now live demo and professional automotive panel. This is going to be a great show, so let's do this. If this is your first time here, and that is possible, because I think there's a lot of new folks tuning in tonight, I want you to feel welcome. Please do feel welcome at Auto Transport Intel. And the way to do that is let people know, please say hi. I see folks jumping in saying hi. Also, remember, you can promote for free in the live chat. Put your offer, company, website, your contact info, say hello if you're a carrier, if you're a dealer, if you work in an auction. Maybe you're a shipper and you're like, you know what is going on at Auto Transport Intel? Say hello in the live chat. At a quarter after the hour, in about 10 minutes, we're going to go into industry news, front of the store, back of the store, social media, what's being talked about, auto transport tech, car shipping trends, vehicle logistics news, all of it. I love that part of the show. And then it's going to lead us into, bang, we're going to have John Robertson, Executive Vice President of Ship Your Car Now, is going to be with us, and we're going to hang out. We're going to learn more about John, learn more about Ship Your Car Now. And we know each other, so we're gonna talk. This is center stage at the trade show, and then we're gonna add John is going to give you a live demo. He's going to share the screen and talk, and see, you get to take a look at what's under the hood, ask questions, find out. This is your opportunity. If you're looking for a solution, take this opportunity, because John is going to give the live demo, and then say, if you don't know what to think, we're going to have the Powerhouse Automotive Professionals panel. Dealers, clients, users. Don Brady is here. It is dealer success all the way. There is. Don is in the live chat, whooping it up. He's got information. This is going to be pretty great. So here's what you want to do. Just stick around. You don't have to do anything. Don't move. We'll be right back.
You must be exhausted worrying about delivering on the daily schedule, making sure everyone knows where to find the cars they need, knowing exactly where and when the cars need to go, and ensuring customers will get them on time. ViLOG uses the most advanced technologies to ease your worries. It shows you where each and every car is and tracks their entire delivery process from start to finish. ViLOG can also help optimize your logistics and processes. It can even notify you in real time of any vehicle exceptions. And the best part is, you can start immediately with no setup required. ViLOG is a ready-to-use service available on the web and mobile phone. You can get started today at vlog.io.
What are you having trouble tracking? OEM, auction, carrier, dealer, rail, port, RoRo, fleet. ViLOG Virtual Asset Tracking Solutions helps you manage your vehicles in real time. Go to VILOG.io. I want to say this. Hey, I forgot to do this too. Do me a favor. You know that you see it below right there, right? The show's just getting started. Click share. Click copy, grab the YouTube link, text it, email it, share it on social media, let people know. They still got 30 minutes time to cook a burrito, make a couple phone calls, get situated before John joins us on stage. Also, so that you know, we're connecting dealers, auctions, carriers right here on Auto Transport Intel. Click sign up, go to autotransportintel.com. And then that's how you get connected. Talk to Ty, find out more about our roundtables. You want to get the email blast. We want to help. And so, now it is time. You're ready? Let's go into the live chat. And I'm seeing some cowbell up in here. I'm going to grab this right now while I can. ATI to the moon. Cars on the move. That's Ty. He's my co-host every Friday, and he's the guy that I make if I had to throw a lifeline and make that phone call so that the game show keeps going, I'm calling Ty. I'm going to call Ty. It's ATI to the moon. Thank you, Ty, so much. And also Chris Chamberlain knows how it works. Chris Chamberlain is always here learning and sharing, and really do appreciate it, Chris. Thank you for your contribution, and let's go ahead and rewind the live chat. Now, you're seeing the live chat on your screen. I'm going to rewind it. Carlos was in here first. Hey, what's up, Carlos? ACB Logistics is in the house. Carlos, we hope you're doing well. Carlos, he is, part of the original core of ATI. And Carlos is a carrier. So, Carlos, let us know what's going on with you. Carlos had some truck trouble recently. And that is all too common. We talk about that. That's why you want to watch DOT Compliance on Wednesdays. Mark Grodicke is in here. Hey, what's up? What's up, Mark? Looking forward to another great show. Thank you so much, Mark. I'm looking forward to a great show. This should be a great show. Anthony Pisano, good evening, and thank you, everyone, for attending. My name is Anthony Pisano, CFO of Ship Your Car Now. Awesome. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that, right? Because we don't know who everybody is, right? How are you? My name is Jay. I'm the founder of Auto Transport Intel. Oh, just get a donut and sit in the back? Right on. Joel Hawk is here. What's up, Joel? Dude.
It's that easy.
It's that easy. This is the Black Widow easy button. Do you need one of these? Tell us more, Joel. What else we have here? Andrew Shiffler, Mr. Don B. What's up, Andrew? Thank you for tuning in. Andrew's going to be on the show tonight, I believe. We got several folks from the professionals panel in the live chat right now. Ali Loader, what's going on? Thank you for saying hello. Really do appreciate it. William Nickel, friend of the show, what's going on? Hashtag ship your car now. Roberto Hernandez from Black Widow, what is going on? Let the show start. Can you feel the excitement? There's still excitement. We're 10 minutes in. We still have a really nice level of excitement happening here. Vendor Flow loves Ship Your Car Now and Auto Transport Intel. Well, thank you, Eric. It's awesome. Stephanie Garza is here. She's going to be in the live chat. Don Brady is going to be in the live chat. So excited to be here. That's great, Don. We see you. Don is a social media maven. So to have him in the house, no wonder there's so much excitement in here. Lloyd Vanover is here. He's a carrier. What's up, Lloyd? What else we got? Douglas Klein, new to the channel. Thank you very much, Douglas. You know, so I got this YouTube comment. This guy's like, dude, you quit hitting the bell so much I can't watch. I'm still trying to digest it. I'm just sharing. It's a live show. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. We have Bill and myself in the live chat. Thank you, Anthony. That's perfect. Carsker Auto Auctions is here. What's going on, Carsker? Ring the bell. Christian Robinson, thanks for having me. Looking forward to the discussion. Christian is going to be on the panel. Let's see. Oh, and then there's Don Brady's information. Perfect. By the way, mic check 1, 2. You know, I like the audio. I don't like it too hot. I don't like it too cold. I like it right in the middle. Mic check. We okay? I think we're okay. Looks okay. But, you know, I never know. Squirrels in the XLR. Jake is here. What's going on, Jake? That's great, man. Thanks for tuning in. XO Freight in the house. Maybe. Right? Jake's like, you know we're live. Yeah. Daryl Schneider. Hey, everyone, from Affordable Transport Solutions, Newport Richey, Florida. Awesome. Thank you, Daryl, for posting your company information. I love that. Colby Stahl, nice to hear from you again. We had a nice lunch together at Cars. Awesome. Tom McGee and I watching. Awesome. Wow. That is cool. You know, the trade shows, that's what me and Ty always talk about. We always talk about trade shows every time we talk. And this month is no exception. There's more trade show fun. So that's awesome, man. Great meeting you guys. So glad you're here. That's awesome. Jake, looking forward to the show. What's going on? What's going on with you, Bill? Black Widow's in the house. Josh Deesing, what's going on? Josh is on the panel. Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you guys so much. This is great. John at Finest Towing and Recovery is in the house. Ready to rock. Team Don Brady, Ship Your Car Now. Brandon Greene is in the house. Wow. All right. All right, cool. So everybody's here. Perfect. It's 8:14. We're going to go into industry news. I've learned never to wait, not to milk it, just to go. Oh, you love the Christmas bow driver? John, thank you, man. Thank you for sending us this. That's what happens. If you send me something, autotransportintel@gmail.com, and I find a place for it, it could turn into the name of the episode. So well done, John. Yeah, no, we love it because that's for the how we doing. Have you seen somebody going down the road and you're like, that can't be right? Get a photo. Be careful. Maybe your passenger takes the photo. Maybe 9 photos. Send those photos, email them to autotransportintel@gmail.com. We'll cover it on Wednesday on DOT Compliance on how we doing. That's how we roll. Stick around. We'll be right back.
You know the value of a hard day's work because you're out there living it. Long hours, hard days, and a dollar that doesn't stretch as far as you'd like. But what if you had more time at home? What if you had more money at the end of the month? Where is it that your mind wanders on long, open roads? What is it that nags you at night? How could your life be better? More money, more freedom, less stress. What if I told you I could help you spend less time on the road while making more money? What if I told you that you could plan your next trip in under 2 minutes? Both of these things are true with Dispatch Center. Turn the corner with us. Start your next chapter today.
save valuable time by finding the right loads faster. That's Dispatch Center by SuperFlo Systems. Get signed up, log in, make your load management life easier. Go to dispatchcenter.com. Also, yeah, Kimberly has the night off, so you won't see the links in the live chat. She's at the Royals game. So go Royals. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mark. Good. You saved me. I was like, I'm transitioning to where? Mark, what's going on? Check out Dispatch Center. Do it. Go to dispatchcenter.com. And in fact, Alexa, open Quotify. Alexa can help you get in touch with Dispatch Center and Larry, the Quotify Llama, who you're going to see later in the show. Don't know what I'm talking about? Ask Mark. He's right there in the live chat. Michelle, excited to see and hear from some amazing professionals. Me too, Michelle. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Bill says the hutch. Right on, right? Because when we go to trade shows and we reconnect, isn't that the best? Man, it's awesome. Yeah, thank you, John. Thank you, Don, for joining the show tonight. Yep, I know I'm going to do that. John Robertson, Don Brady at Ship Your Car Now. All right, here we go. Let's do some industry news. Guys, it is show number 202 in a row on a Tuesday night. This is the Ship Your Car Now live demo show. And so, you know, the point here, right? So I've got the live demo at the live trade show. But what if you can't get to the live trade show? Now what? Yeah, you can get a demo, you can email, you can call, or you can tune in here. Remember, if you're in the video description below, click on it and go right to it. Okay, Jay. So, you know, I talk about the auto transport industry ecosystem as I've identified it. The 10 verticals: OEMs, auctions, dealers, shippers, services, brokers, carriers, equipment, regulations, and loads. Doesn't need to be so fragmented. We can work together. So what we're doing tonight is really, we're going to cover a lot of those. I underlined OEMs because John helped me out. Are we talking to OEMs too? I want to know that. But we are definitely talking about technology services that's connecting shippers, dealers, auctions, to brokers, carriers, and loads. On the auto transport intel diagram here, you see the back of the store, the transport parking lot, the front of the store where the dealer sells the cars. Can't think of a better example of where the two come together, right? Dealer, carrier, tech. It's 2021. It's the year of the hybrid, where digital meets physical, right? Digital auctions encroaching on physical auctions, etc. Another good example of that. And you know, when the auction is a packed house, you will find Ty in the clubhouse. Go to, put in at, how do you do that, Ty? At TyTransportGuy.com? No, it's at TyTransportGuy. There's no .com in that. It's clubhouse. If you could just tell me the shipping price without me having to make an account, that'd be great. Yeah, I did that last week too, but it applies here more than ever. Because, are you getting some sticker shock on the quote? The destination fare is the worst new car fee. You saw that. I searched like crazy, find a lot of interesting articles. Consumer Reports recently looked into the rise of destination taxes and found they've climbed from one media of $8.39 in 2011 to $12.44 in 2020. That's a 48% increase in less than a decade. But you know, I read that's what I love about, one of the things I love about auto transport is that, this, actually, something that I love. 3 reasons to choose a car shipping company over driving it yourself. The first reason would be that auto transport companies are so trustworthy. This blog post just says it all. Well, there you go. That's it. That's all I needed to know. Oh, yeah, and that shipping costs are up 10% year over year. So yeah, that could be a factor. Car part prices are getting higher. CarParts.com CEO says supply chains are very tight. Higher costs for products, shipping containers, and labor. Prices have already increased about 5 to 7% this year. Everything is back ordered. Everything takes weeks or months. It's a very tight supply chain right now. Whole process of moving product through the supply chain takes 2 months longer now than before the pandemic. All that results in higher costs being passed on to the customer. And here's good news. If that wasn't enough, there's a mechanic strike. Awesome. Now, union officials say sticking points in the contract offered by the NCDC include language. Yeah, gets pretty involved. You can read it. How often do you watch a news show and they say, go ahead and just read it? I'm just going to sit here and have a taco or something. Well, we try it all. Auto parts supplier Aptiv sees supply chain woes spilling into the next year. That's basically the point of that. Hey, a train derailed. Great. There's not enough problems? And then a train derails, crushing newly built Ford F-150 pickups traveling through Missouri. Really? You know somebody was like. Somebody did a spit take when they got told about the train derailment at Norfolk Southern, Huntington, Rawls County, Missouri. This was August 2nd. There are, oh, look at those things. Man, like just dominoes. There are no injuries. Approximately 33 train cars are off the tracks. Well, that looks way better than that top image. That Irv cleanup on aisle. Okay, it's not funny. The crazy thing is that it's the third train derailment we've had this year. It's kind of where we're wondering what's going on. We have to get to the bottom of it. They do clean up their derailments on the railroad property. We don't know what's causing them. Great. That's just great. Nikola cuts delivery outlook for its electric semi-trucks. That'll be great, too. Nikola's been in the news a lot lately, right? Unless you've been under a rock. But this is interesting. This one's for Ty. Nikola, the electric truck startup that went public via a SPAC. There's your SPAC. Okay. That's good. With all these problems, don't worry. You can advertise for free in the live chat. Look at it. Look at that. I just clicked a button. Look at this. Don Brady's got it. You can advertise. Here it is. Advertise for free in the live chat. Just add offer website company contact. Put that on LinkedIn. Thanks, everybody. Awesome. This is how you get your car shipping news. It's on Tuesday nights live. It's on Auto Transport Intel. You can put it up on the big screen. And I've got some good news. It is now time for Are You a Car Shipping Guru? Play Ask Larry. What you want to do, go to dispatchcenter.com/Ask Larry. I know it's a little bit small there. Here, let's see if we can see that. There we go. dispatchcenter.com/Ask Larry. Now on Tuesday nights, we have 5 brand new questions. I have 5 brand new questions, and you can go there right now, submit your answers. But let's do this. Let's do just the questions. And on Thursdays on Dispatching Live, we do question and answers at the 1 o'clock Thursday Central Time slot. Here we go. The Tesla Roadster 2020 holds the world record for the fastest electric vehicle. How fast can the vehicle go from 0 to 60? 1.9, 2.3, 2.7, or 3.1 seconds? Anybody? Feel free to guess. Put it in the live chat. You can do that. And, but again, we're just doing the questions here. I don't even have a guess. Tesla Roadster 2020. It's probably the fast one. I'll go with 1.9. All right, let's see this. Let's do... What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2018 Ford F-150 from Littleton, Colorado to Tuscaloosa, Alabama? Now, Larry the Quotify Llama knows. He takes into factor marketplace, weather, cities, off-routeness. So is it $557, $25, $995, or $1170? Ooh, Carsker's got a guess. of 1.7. Josh has got 2.7. Vendorflow's got 2.3. We're all over the map. Tune in on Thursday to get the answers. Ooh, that's 2 for 2.3. Pilot travel centers were originally named Pilot Truck Stops. What year was the first Pilot Truck Stop opened? 1957, 1968, 1973, or 1981? Man, that one's hard too. I'm going to go with something crazy like 1957. Would that? I mean, yeah, that might be reasonable. Oh, and we got two 1170s. Nice. Oh, the Hutch. The Hutch has 725. This is great. Thank you guys so much for playing along in the live chat. We got 2 more questions. And if you're on the podcast, awesome. Thank you for listening to the podcast. We'll have more information on that later. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2017 Audi A4 from Columbia, Missouri to Louisville, Kentucky? Now, I know Columbia's on I-70 and Louisville's on well, it's on some I. But 275, 360, 405, 625. Yeah, this would be why. Yeah, and I don't think it's that far either. Might be 700 miles? I don't know. If that. Anthony's going with 1968. Yeah, I'm going to go with 57 or 68 on that one. And then on this rate, 20. So it's a sedan. It's, it's in the 20 teens, so it, runs okay. I don't think it's that pricey. It's on the interstate. I'll go with 4. Yeah, 405. There it is, Josh. 405. Nice. We have one more question. Here we go. What is the average width of a bed in a semi-truck sleeper? 30 inches, 35, 40, or 48 inches? That's a good question. So you're at about 3 foot wide? I'm going to go with 40. 3 foot wide. I don't know. I'm going to go with 40. Daryl says too short a run. I don't remember reading that as an option. But thanks for playing. Literally, thanks for playing. I really do appreciate it. It means so much. Thank you so much for playing. And now, now that you're like, wow, there's really a lot of interesting stuff here, go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, become an ATI insider. Talk to Ty, get the email, ask a question, send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. And it is now time. Oh, thank goodness. You know what? It's 8:29. Man, we are right on time. There's nothing like being right on time. So do me a favor. I'll tell you what. You know what I can't do is I can't let the prescription go by. I got a fever. Thank you so much, Super Dispatch. Thanks for yet another great lineup on ATI Super Dispatch. Ship your car now, ATI. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. I'll tell you what. Do me a favor, guys. Stick around, because right after this, we've got the second half of industry news. You're not going to want to miss it.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Is your current vehicle imaging process producing inconsistent images? frustrating, time-consuming, at the mercy of another vendor's schedule? Well, it doesn't have to be. Black Widow Imaging provides a simple system to capture high-quality images of your vehicles in seconds. Simply align the driver's side tire with the floor stripe. Stop on the floor plate to scan your vehicle code and capture the exterior images. It's that easy. It's also equipped with an interactive 360-degree interior camera option so your customers don't miss any details. The results are fast, consistent 4K images that are delivered to your website in minutes. Let us show you how easy your imaging process can be anywhere in the global supply chain. Visit blackwidowimaging.com to schedule a live demo. Black Widow Imaging provides high-resolution solutions for OEMs, auctions, dealers, rail, ro-ro, fleet, insurance, transportation, and more. And so schedule your live demo. Visit blackwidowimaging.com. Now, I think you guys saw it. I saw it too. Thank you so much, Anthony. Man, thank you so much. Anthony, we're excited for this Ship Your Car Now trade show level business presentation, software live demo, plus automotive professionals panel. And Anthony, I really appreciate you helping orchestrating in the background. You've got a great team. We've got so many people here tonight. The views are great, and the live chat is great, and really it's amazing. So thank you so much, Anthony. I'm so happy that you guys are here. Vincent Delg says, what's up? Whoop, whoop. And Vistaga is here. No, I didn't get my cardboard cut out of Sue. Sue is my co-host. She runs Murphy Auto Transport Services, and that's on Thursdays on Dispatching Live. If you haven't seen Dispatching Live, I don't know what to say. You should see Dispatching Live. I really wanted to say something amazing, but I just couldn't get there. Silver Mint, Fast Eddie Transport says hello. What's up, Silver Mint? And do me a favor. If you see that guy on YouTube that doesn't like all the bell ringing, tell him I'm sorry. Brandon Greene, I need me some of that Black Widow. Well, Brandon, I happen to know the guys at Black Widow. Do you have, here's what do you need a Black Widow easy button?
It's that easy.
The thing is, I think that's about how long it takes to take all the images that you're going to need for your website to sell the car. Pretty cool. Ant's Transportation, can I attach a Black Widow to iPhone and use it for inspection when I use Super Dispatch? Well, I'll tell you what. They're going to be here in 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks? Let's get an answer to that. Ty, do me a favor. Will you write down that question and help me remember to ask Jason, Joel, Sarah, Liv, and the Black Widow team? Let's do that. All right, let's go to second half of news. You see all the circles here. It was a big news day. I think this was like a week ago. Biden, Carvana, Ford, driverless trucks. Let's break it down. Biden, flanked by Detroit automakers, calls for 50% EVs by 2030. Wasn't it just 2040? And then it was 2035? My head is spinning. I can't be alone. When is do I hear 2025? 2026 in the back. We have 2027 sold to 2027. That is not a reflection of my political views. It's interesting. Okay. Carvana posts first profit as a public company. Inventory remains tight. If the online used vehicle retailer said it would have sold more vehicles if it had more cars and trucks to sell, reflecting low inventory. Like, everyone's like, yeah, big news flash, Jay. And by the way, that's another thing. I don't have any slides about chip shortage because I'm assuming you already knew that. I already knew that, Jay. Ford offers buyouts to salaried workers in effort to shed 1,000 jobs. Ouch. Next. Another strain of automakers meeting fleet demand. Automakers are facing tough decisions about which mouths to feed. Oh my gosh. Who's going to get the car? Automakers are facing tough decisions Franchise dealers with empty lots or fleet operators willing to pay more than ever to keep their business moving. Wow. It just rolls downhill. Can we get some chips? Got some chips. And then the guy below is like, can I get some cars? Maybe. I don't know. It was pretty hard getting the chips. Barrett-Jackson acquires Collector Car Network. Wow. Parent company announced the acquisition of Phoenix-based Collector Car Network, as including its well-known properties ClassicCars.com, Auto Hunter, the ClassicCars.com Journal, and the Future Collector Car Show. Somebody's got a lot of collector cars, and that would be Barrett-Jackson. And Barrett-Jackson plans a 2022 Florida event. They're going to return to the Sunshine State in April of 2022. Might be a bit early to mark your calendars, but go ahead and do that. Should be quite a show. Speaking of shows, we got the IARA Roundtable. So, even though the Roundtable is in 2 weeks, we have a show. We're going to do a show next week in preparation. Because I've been thinking about it. There's a lot of excitement about the Roundtables. A lot of preparation, so much preparation. Think of all the preparation that goes into the shows, right? And it's just like a concert. After all that preparation, as soon as the concert's over, dudes are dismantling the metal, I can't think of the name of it, and you leave and that's it. It's over. Well, you know what? That's not going to be good enough. We are going to have a pre-Roundtable show. Trestles? Are they called trestles? No, that's where a railroad runs on. Help me out in the live chat. What word am I trying to think of? That's all right. We'll be fine. Chicago, end of September, NAAA convention. That's happening too. Right? All right, so we're going to be talking about NAAA in Chicago. And Automotive Logistics Supply Chain in October. That's going to be cool. So Ty's going to be at that one too. We'll be talking more about these conferences coming up. And I do highly motivate you. Go to automotivelogistics.media. Automotivelogistics.media. Click on register. Get the stuff. Get the information. We're talking global supply chain, automotive. You will learn all kinds of crazy stuff. I literally read. I get automotive news print and... Well, I get Automotive Logistics digital, but those are two that I read all the time. Absolutely. Hands down. And if you see this banner, look for the banner, Auto Transport Intel, Learn Car Shipping, watch Auto Transport Intel. If you see the banner, we're close by. So just listen for the bell ringing, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so I want to point this out. Battery-driven auto rickshaws give rise to panic. Oh my God! Wait a minute. Battery-driven auto rickshaws give rise... Can't read it. Battery-driven auto rickshaws give rise to panic. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. But what kind of panic and who's panicking? What level of panic are people going through on the battery-driven auto rickshaws? Okay? Stay with me. Scaffolding. So maybe you're not worried about a battery-driven auto rickshaw. Like, no panic at all. All right? Here we go. Driverless plus truck trundles along China Highway. A self-driving big rig operated by the 20-mile stretch. I think that showcases, the future's kind of here. All right? So maybe this is your battery-driven auto rickshaw. Or airlines like United and American are dedicating billions of dollars to fly a new type of aircraft that won't require pilots. Holy cow. I've been reading about this, the eVTOL, electric vertical takeoff and land aircraft. All right. One more. This could be your battery-driven auto rickshaw. EPA proposes stronger than expected vehicle emissions rules. The proposed rules would mandate fleet-wide vehicle mileage of 52 miles per gallon. I think what I was reading about on the Biden administration thing was that it is So the mandate, as I've read it now, is that by 2030, half of the vehicles that you manufacture must contain some sort of EV. PHEV, BEV, DEV, I don't know. So you can still have gas in there, but you gotta also have EV and whatnot. Clearly, I don't work for the department and make the official announcements. That's gonna be a good thing. But it is Auto Transport Intel. It's 4 times a week. Tuesday Nights Live is just the beginning. Right. And then, thank you, Vendor Flow. That's so cool. I really do appreciate that. Eric was on the show. That was a few weeks ago. That was a great show. Vendor Flow, communication, help improve. There it is. Check out vendorflow.co to upgrade your carrier communications process and cover loads faster. Do it. Check it out. And Eric, that's Eric, I think. And if you have a question, Eric is in the live chat. Thank you so much, Eric. So tomorrow at noon, we have DOT compliance. That's really a carrier-based show. But are you a dealer and you're hauling cars on your own? You should tune into this show. Find out if you're doing it wrong. You don't want to do it wrong, man. Dispatching Live is on Thursdays. Here comes the lineup. DOT compliance every Wednesday. How we doing? We're going to look at your straps. Yep. You know those photos I was talking about that people send me of crazy stuff they see? Well, we dissected on how we doing on DOT compliance with your DOT guy, Brian Riker. It's great. We have Dispatching Live on Thursdays. That's Load Board Search. Oh, man, is that show a cooker. Because we are throwing dice, we got money, we got darts, we got problems. We got all kinds of stuff going on Dispatching Live. Join us for that on Thursdays at noon, 90-minute show, and then we round out the week. You don't want to do it wrong, man. Dealers, auctions, and carriers are connected live on Cars on the Move in the transport parking lot. Amazing. We do that every Friday on Cars on the Move on Auto Transport Intel. Yes, and I do want to thank you, international viewers and listeners. The podcast is taking off. So thank you so much. It's available on all major platforms. I spent a lot of time plugging it in everywhere. It's all Apple, Google, Yahoo, Bing, Skynet. If you missed Do You Need Help Shipping That was last week. That was a great show. I want to thank everybody for being a part of it, saying hello. Next week is IARA Roundtable Energy. This is a shot of the Riverwalk in San Antonio. This is the energy. You can feel it. It's palpable. And we're going to celebrate that ahead of the IARA Summer Roundtable. In 2 weeks, we've got the Black Widow Easy Button Show. So I got my easy button. Do you have an easy button? Do you want to find out more about how to get your own easy button? Tune in 2 weeks to the Black Widow Easy Button Show. This is Auto Transport Intel. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel. I really do appreciate you all so much. So here's what's going to happen. It is now time. I have finished pretty much my portion. We are now ready for stage 2. We're going to bring in John Robertson. He's the Executive Vice President of Ship Your Car Now. And we're going to talk about auto transport, carriers, dealers, software, industry, etc. So stick around, because right after this, we're going to be live with John.
Something special is happening in the auto transport industry, an inevitable change to a more virtual marketplace. One company is already making this happen, creating future solutions for future buyers. Creating a smart solution for all customers in all markets: retail, wholesale, auctions, dealers. Be smart. Get the answer right every time. Be efficient. Remove wasted communications, inaccurate data, confusing instructions. Efficiency in every facet of the process is key to the future of our industry. Provide seamless integrations. Solutions should work together. The future vision is here. All data available at your fingertips in real time. Ship Your Car Now sees the future. We provide smart, efficient, seamless solutions for our clients every day. Reach out to see how we can lead you into the future of automotive transportation.
What is going on? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. Okay, so I've got John in the wings. I see folks jumping into the live chat. Don is super excited. We are too, Don. And so here's what I need to do. Without further ado, so it's 8:45. We're just about right on time, almost perfect. So then we're gonna hear, the doorbell during our conversation, and those are panelists piling into the waiting room. We've got like a dozen panelists. So here we go. John, can you see me and hear me okay?
I can. How's it going, Jay?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Loving it. Loving the show. Loving the live chat. Been quietly sitting here watching it. Exciting stuff. Glad to see everybody on.
Thank you so much. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick mic check. I think we're good. I see all the levels hopping. Everybody will let us know in the live chat. So do me a favor. I just showed the live chat. If you've got a question for John, please do put it in the live chat. We're going to kind of talk. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Maybe Anthony can help answer a question as well. We got a whole Ship Your Car Now team. So, John, we're here. For anybody that doesn't know who you are, please introduce yourself and say a little bit more about what Ship Your Car Now does.
Sure, no problem. So I've been around doing the auto transport thing for, 15 plus years nowadays for a couple of big different organizations, asset-based as well as asset-light. I can tell you some horror stories about how much more fun asset-light is than asset-based, but that's a whole nother show. And been with Ship Your Car Now. I've known the guys here for years, joined permanently a couple years ago, and really focusing our time on moving the business model from a B2B model and a POV model really over to a technology provider. You know, what some of the tools that Ship Your Car Now built back in the day in order to support the business they were doing really exceeded what was available in the market, exceeded what had been at companies I'd been with, and really some of the technologies that they were using needed to be available to other people. So rather than keep the show to ourselves, we pivoted a little bit, to use an overused term for a minute, and turned into really a technology provider, but a technology provider that still ships cars. So that's kind of the cool part. There's lots of tech providers out there, but not everybody does the whole shebang. So once you turn us on, we're good to go.
You know, that's something that just crossed my mind that I want to say is that, and really, I mean, we've done a lot of preparation. You and I know each other, but this is not scripted in any way, right?
No.
We're just two guys talking.
I'm winging it.
Yeah, except me too, right? And you can feel it. And I mean, you know, we got a live chat here, and that's why I said it's like a trade show level presentation, except the people in the chairs are way closer to the stage than normal, right?
Agreed.
And that's good, because then they can be part of the conversation, which is, I think, one of the things that misses from your standard fireside chat, right? So,
well, for sure.
One of the, you know, this is a crowded space, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Meaning, auto transport has, I mean, it's thousands of carriers, and then I think we're well over 1,000 brokers that regularly post loads, right? So how do you stand out in such a crowded space?
Well, it's really difficult, Jay. I mean, let's face it, it's kind of tiered, right? I mean, there's the big providers out there. There's the guys that have the trucks. All of them also run a 3PL, as they call them internally, so that's their third-party logistics division that they run. But their primary focus is to keep their trucks full. That's what writes the paychecks. That's what pays the bills. That's what keeps the investors happy. That's where they're focused. And then you go to the other end of the extreme, and let's face it, I mean, we've talked about this on the show before. We've talked about it in person. You know, anybody can hang a shingle in their grandma's basement, and boom, you're a broker, right? I mean, if you're not doing it right, anybody can be a broker. You don't have to have the insurances. I mean, you get an MC number, you get a little bit of, you can be legally a ghost to the process and really, kind of hang your shingle out there and try and make a living. And some people do, and that's really scary for those people that are shipping vehicles to rather, even if they do it purposefully, even more so if they do it accidentally, to work with those guys, because they go up and down constantly. They change their names every 3 weeks when they get in trouble. They get a bad rating on Central, whatever. They got a new name the following week. I mean, it's really hard to find that sweet spot. And there's a few of us out there, and I'd be happy because I'm good friends with almost all my competition. I love the industry. There's a few of us out there that break that medium, right? That are sitting there at that level where we've attained the professionalism, we have all the right licensing, we have all the right insurances, we have all the right background and everything else. And that's really the sweet spot that exists for shippers that, as they look to ship vehicles, my recommendation anyway, should be operating, because that's where they're going to get the biggest bang for their buck and yet put the least amount of risk out there into the marketplace. So definitely and one last thing, I'll give a shout out to the carriers too, because it's all about the carriers at the end of the day. Who you got in your database? Do you have the right guys in your database? Can you trust the guys that are moving the vehicles? Carriers. We're all about that. So.
Well, and that's where, it's an ecosystem. There are aspects of community, brokers, large brokers, small, large carriers, small, network, sub-hauling. So all of those things are in play. You can't be an island, right?
Right.
There still are some islands, but it's not advised, and not everybody can be an island. But that's the thing, is that the danger, because this is a good place to identify the fear, danger, and risk of choosing the wrong broker. How do you recover once you've made that bad decision?
Yeah, you don't. The car is gone, right? In worst case scenario, the car isn't available anymore. It's been wrecked. It's disappeared. There's no insurance. There's no nothing. It's late. It's delivered. You lost the sale. The end customer wants to back out of the deal because he wanted it there for Susie's birthday party on Saturday. It didn't make it. Now he's saying, take the car back home. I bought something locally instead. Didn't get the pink one I wanted, but I went and got a blue one, so I had it for a party. There's a lot of dangers choosing the wrong broker, and that speaks to that industry again. And you got to choose the broker that chooses the right carrier, right? Because at the end of the day, it's the driver and the carrier that are really in control of that, and it's the relationship of the broker with that carrier base that's going to make sure that we deliver on the promises we make to clients.
Let's say then maybe things just went. You didn't save the money. And this is the area that makes me crazy, is that when you're stepping over a dime to save a buck or whatever you're doing, that the money wasn't worth it. But it's hard to convey that. And again, that's where clearly, as you said it, the background is part of, you have the license, the insurance, the background. Over time, you all have learned how to overcome some of these pitfalls. And you're here. You're a major player in auto transport.
At the end of the day, Jay, I say this to all my people, and I say it to the customers. Stuff is going to happen, right? And we can think of other kinds of words for that. But things, that's going to happen. Cars are going to get stolen. Cars are going to catch on fire. Carriers are going to flip over. That kind of thing is going to happen. How your partner, your shipping partner, which is what I like to call us, because we are truly a partner and truly an integrated process with our clients. Even when we're not integrated via our technology, we're integrated from a standpoint of process and customer service and our love for their customers and how important that is. So we're integrated at every level. But the important thing there is two things: transparency, communication. Don't try and hide it. Don't try and not talk about it. If it happened, you pick up the phone, you make the phone call, you send the pictures, you do whatever you need to do, and then you take care of it. You have to have a great customer service department that's dedicated to finding out what happened. I got a guy right now who's 3 weeks into him. Our customer service manager, Kurt, I'm going to give him a shout out right now, is 3 weeks into trying to get a car out of a police yard out east somewhere. And he has been told everything you can imagine every time we send a carrier in there. I need the title. I need the original title. I need an affidavit. I need this. I need that. I need that. We've been in there 8 times to get this car out, and he's getting a different hoop to jump through every time. We haven't thrown in the towel. We're on it. We're making it happen. He's coordinating. He's probably got 30 hours into getting that car out of there. A lot of people would have left that high and dry and said, you know what, Mr. Client, wow, that's a hassle. You're the one who's got to go figure that out, and we're really sorry, and here's your refund. That's not what we do. That's the difference. Find yourself a shipping partner. That's what counts.
You mentioned to me that we take more than that hands-off approach, which is what you're talking about, from
Yep.
start to finish. Where does this all start? In the moment that somebody needs a quote, and again, we have to identify the verticals. You got the individuals, but then you've got dealers. What
Yep.
other verticals do you want to identify as we walk through different ways people ship vehicles?
Well, I think it's important. You actually had a slide up earlier that identified some of the verticals, and we're actually doing OEM moves today as well. And obviously, there's not as many of them going on with the little thing called the chip shortage you might have mentioned. But we're in the OEM space now. We're in that auction space, whether it's inbound auction from remarketing, outbound auction to dealers that are buying on the lot still. A lot of virtual stuff. You know, all the big virtual stores out there, right? I mean, the Carskers, the Turn Automotives that are doing things lot to lot in the background, wholesale moves back and forth. You know, all of those kind of moves are happening in this industry today. And it's just, there isn't a market that we're not playing in. I mean, we're in, you know, we're in getting vehicles out of repo yards and things like that. We don't do the repo work itself, but we move a lot of those to auction for our auction clients. It's just a lot of moving pieces, and you really need to be in all those verticals. You never know which one is going to pop up, and quite frankly, the beauty of it is our model is built to manage them all. So it's really a non-issue for us.
And being that you have, tell me more about your carrier. What is it? Do you have carriers? Do you have drivers? How do you know the carrier side so well? That's what I want to know.
Well, it's about relationships, right? I mean, you know, you can say, and anybody can say this, they can say, well, we have, you know, and this is actually a real number. I could pull it live for you right now in our system. I have 20,000 named carriers in my system today. That's great. Are you impressed? Don't be. You know, I've got 15,000 plus that are actually active. Well, that's cool. That means I got 15,000 guys that, you know, are actively available, that I know they're still active. But you know what? I got under 500 guys I work with on a regular basis that take our stuff for our clients, that respect us as a business partner, that we work together with, that we have a nice smooth transition system with. We use programs. I'll give them a shout out. Programs like Vendor Flow to do a better job of communicating directly with their carriers to get things, you know, done so that we can work with them directly on those kind of levels in order to make sure that that process is smooth. They know they're getting the best loads at the best rates. Again, goes without saying for the carriers, you got to have the rates. If you don't get the rates, you're not going to get the good carriers. So, you know, we don't like to fish. We like to use the guys we know. We know what they need to make. We go ask our clients for that. Our clients appreciate the service. Everything goes smoothly.
Finally, I want to mention process. You know, it was pointed out to me that when it comes to car dealers, right? Dealerships sell a lot of vehicles, of course, right now with the chip shortage, but even still, it's about process, knowing what to do, when to do it, having the discipline, and then understanding the ingredients, especially being able to talk to people and relate to what their needs are. Where do you see how do you calculate the importance of process in all of this? Because you've got to keep on satisfying so many clients at the same time.
I love that question, and I love that we didn't even plan that one, but it's a great question, right? You know, I love that this is unplanned. The funny part is there's no more complicated process than when it comes down to that dealership shipping a vehicle out to their customer. That has a level of complexity like no other shipment we've seen. It's not the B2B. It's not about gate passes from Mannheim getting sent to us so that our truck driver can get in there. It's none of that stuff. You know what it's about? It's about knowing the dealership, knowing how many days it's taking to get their paperwork processed. How soon can we start looking for a carrier? Can we do it right away? Do we need to wait? How do we assure that the process, the paperwork actually did get complete, the vehicle's released, it isn't in the shop getting one last, detail to it, and I send a driver in there too early, which they don't get happy. They're not real happy campers when they go in too early and have to sit for 3 hours. So coordinating all of that, and then coordinating it with the customer. Now you're doing a residential delivery. Well, guess what? That's where Ship Your Car Now grew up. when Gavin started this company 11 years ago, it was 100% a POV business to every corner of North America, Alaska, Hawaii, and even overseas. So we couldn't be more accustomed to having to know that, they got to go pick up the kids from school between 2 and 3, and our people are going to make the arrangements with that individual to get the car delivered at the right time when they're going to be available, and do it in a white glove fashion, because this is a representation of our client, which is what I refer to as the dealer, to their customer, and we become an extension of them, and nothing's more important than making that great impression for our client, the dealership, when we deliver to their customer and make them a happy camper. Sorry, I get a little on my soapbox about that one, Jay, but it's huge. It's becoming relevant. We've been preaching it for 3 years. I was told 3 years ago that none of that was going to happen, and that the market wasn't going there, and the internet departments at dealerships' primary purpose was to get people to come to the dealership. Guess what? We've been right all along. We got a little push from a little, what do we want to call it? A pandemic that came along might have pushed that a little bit further, but it was happening anyway, and here we are.
Well, and that's something we did talk. That is something we do have in common. I've experienced some of the same trends with Auto Transport Intel. So I'll tell you what, let's do this. We're gonna go into. We got more folks in the live chat. Lots happening. It is now time for stage 3. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go into. We're 1 hour into the show. We're right on time. John, if you want to get things ready, I think you should be able to share your screen, and John is going to give us a live demo. So if you're a carrier, you're going to want to see this. If you're working in auto transport and you talk to carriers and you talk to shippers, I think you're going to want to see this. If you're a dealer and you are looking for an integrated solution, I think you're going to want to see this. Auctions, he just mentioned OEMs. Shoot, I think if you ever touch a car, I think you're going to want to see this. So here's what we're going to do. John, let me know when you're ready.
Sure.
And then, okay, good. We got more folks piling in saying hello in the live chat. Thank you guys so much. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, John Robertson, Executive Vice President, Ship Your Car Now, and the Ship Your Car Now live demo.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to be looking away from the screen here a little bit, so I won't be staring at the camera when I do this demo. I'm going to be looking off screen. And I'm going to start off with, and we talk about all the different marketplaces that we service. And just a quick check. Everybody can see my screen, Jay?
We can see it. Thank you, John.
All right.
Thanks for asking that. Okay.
Excellent. So what you're looking at right now is a very simple tool that we developed for our clients. We have hundreds of these out in the marketplace right now. It is a immediate quote and shipping tool. This is primarily designed as a back office tool. This is not for use in retail. I'm going to show you some retail examples. This is not an API. And this is not one of our file feed setups, but we do those as well. So we're going to kind of progress from a very basic solution right here we're going to look at, but it has all the data, it has the fields, it has the important stuff that you as someone who wants to ship vehicles knows that we're keeping track of. So I'm just going to run through this real quick, and I apologize. Let me start off by saying, before I run through this real quick, if you're interested in a deeper dive demo, I've got some people monitoring the chat. They're going to hook you up with an appointment with us to do a deeper dive demo into this, and I'll take the time to walk through a little more of what I'm actually showing you in detail, explain it a little bit further. And anybody that signs up for that demo while we're live tonight, we're going to go ahead and hook you up with a free shipment up to 500 miles. So put that in your in the notes somewhere. That if you do sign up with our team tonight to get a demo, we're going to move a car for you up to 500 miles at no cost to you. Along with, I know the team's going to be on the chat throwing around some free swag. So if you want to give the team a shout out or a Ship Your Car Now shout out, I think we have a couple of different shirts and hats and all sorts of fun stuff we can distribute as well. So I'm going to jump into this real quick. The purpose of this screen is to make getting a quote as simple as humanly possible. You are going to enter a zip here. You might enter a city state over here. It doesn't matter. We're going to decode it as long as I spell it right. I only live here. Why should I know how to spell it? And we're going to pull up what vehicle type it is, 3 pieces of information, and I'm going to get a rate. The goal of that is just to not make, Jay said it earlier, I have to sign up for an account in order to get a rate. I was listening, Jay. I heard you say that. It's hilarious. And again, not nothing planned, but you don't have to have an account. This happens to be a system that we built for one of our clients. But Don's got a site out there. I've got a site out there. I'm sure Don's probably posted his up on the chat probably at least 5 times already tonight, if I guess. And I can post mine up there as well, and you guys can go straight out there and get quotes. So.
Hey, mic check, camera 1. John, we lost your audio. We were fine until that last sentence. And there we go. You got it?
Back?
Yeah, you're good. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Sorry about that. You know what? I know what I hit. Got it. I won't do that again.
Cool.
So basically 4 prices here. Quick moment of explanation, because I just want to dive into this one piece of the technology right here. The algorithms behind this price are not your standard price per mile. They are not. There's no chart. There's no zip-to-zip lookup. There is no monster Excel spreadsheet like most organizations use, and I've been a part of those organizations. I know darn well that's how it works. This is actually some real-time analysis that my team has put together. Shout out to Chris and his team on our IT side that has built this thing, and it is pulling market and other information in order to determine that this is the right price to move the vehicle right now. So this price could be different tomorrow. Here's my story on this. Guys, when you sign up for a 52 cent a mile move, that's the right price about 1/3 of the time. And 1/3 of the time you're paying too much, and 1/3 of the time you're not paying enough to get your vehicle moved on time. Our rate moves with the rate it takes to move the vehicle. So we always move vehicles on time. And unlike anybody else, we actually guarantee these pickup dates. So these are guaranteed pickup dates. If you choose them, we guarantee that we will pick them up in this time frame. Now, number 1 is our non-guaranteed rate. This is our probably most competitive with the rates you see out there in the market. This is the rate to move the vehicle. And we have a big a disclaimer on here that says, hey, if you're in the middle of nowhere, this could take a little while. Standard rate, we're going to pick it up within 7 business days. Expedited rate within 2 business days. An exact date for those specific moves where you need it picked up on a certain day for certain reasons, as well as an enclosed option. So from here, we can simply book the order. And again, I'm not going to bore you. I'm just going to go through here and show you. We got to put in a few more details now. I'm just making some up. We usually get a VIN here, or the last 5 of VIN. I'm going to pick the date it's available. If I'm a dealership, I know it's going to take a couple days. I got to fill in the actual address of the beginning and end, origin, destination. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to get an option to put a reference number in if I want. Special instructions if needed. Again, how many of you are communicating these things via email, via phone, whatever? They get misconstrued, they get heard incorrectly, whatever it is. Here we're actually doing them. We're uploading the actual release when necessary right in the same function, so it's not a separate email that potentially gets lost. And then we're going to hit submit order. And at this point, this is the only point where the system actually stops you from placing an order unless you have the PIN code. So this is the security built into the system. If you're at a dealership, if you're at an auction, and you want anyone in your facility, if you want to give this site to your customers, if you want to let anybody else get quotes, you can. They can't place orders unless you give them the magic PIN code. So this is a way we control this for our customers so that anybody can quote. Big thing for people, sales guys on the floor, they might need to quote transportation from inbound calls. You don't want them actually placing the order at that point. They may not have the knowledge of when finance is going to have the deal done, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why the PIN code exists. And that's the basic wholesale system. And we built this out for, a lot of our clients. There's a few of them on here tonight. We've got Twin Falls Subaru. We've got the guys up at Dominic over at Fred Anderson Kia. We've got Brandon at Spitzer. So there's a lot of guys that have this wholesale tool that they're using today. So that's my story on the wholesale tool. Now I'm going to jump into and by the way, this is all, you can do all this via file feed as well. There's no need for you to do any data entry whatsoever. If you say to me, John, I know what's shipping tonight, I know what's shipping today, I want to just send you a file, I'm going to send you a format. You can send me your format. It doesn't matter. I'm going to load it directly to my system. Going to jump over to the retail side for a second. Several different ways we can do retail. A lot of times when we do retail, we're already partnered with your technology provider. So I'm going to show you some examples. This one happens to be a CDK site. We're the only shipper who is registered with CDK and already pre-built for a CDK provided website, now Synchro, right? And so if you've got the CDK website, you can go into their app store, you can order shipping. We're the only person in that category, and you can get the Ship Your Car Now button built right into every single vehicle on your website. Oh, you're not with CDK? These guys are dealer fire. So here's another one. We're already built in. We're already on their format. And I want to point something out right here because I brought you to the next screen. You'll notice there's some fields here that don't exist on our internal wholesale tool. This is a lead generating machine for the dealership. So when I put this on your retail site, I actually collect the name, email address, and phone number of the person that's looking up the shipping quote, and I'm going to feed it back to you, either via email or direct integration into your lead management system. So you've got a new sales lead because somebody got a shipping quote at no cost. I believe this one is dealer.com. So if you're dealer.com, no problem. We'll call our friends up at dealer.com. We'll get the Ship Your Car Now button inserted directly on your dealer.com site. So these are exciting. These are pretty easy solutions. They're pretty simple to put in place. They're not the fun stuff. The fun stuff we do, and I'm going to show you some examples. And I'll bring up Rob Ruth's site, Bob Ruth Ford. And this is a full API integration. So we've got a lot of these out there. One of our leading partners for API integrations for retail websites is a company called 321 Ignition. I'll give a shout out to Lyamen. I think she's going to join us a little bit later. And this really takes this integration to a whole new level. Now, I'm in need of a new F350, although according to all the auto transport groups I belong to, I should really be in a diesel Ram in order to be hauling my 5-car wedge around. But, you know, the F350 looks pretty good on this site. And in here, we now have a full API solution, get home delivery. This is us, guys. We're the technology behind the scenes. This is Ship Your Car Now. It's got a different look and feel. It grabs a couple different fields. You fill it out. They can get their quote immediately. They can actually place the order. We can actually charge their credit card on this tool. So I'm not going to dive into this a ton because I don't want to take the time, but trust me, this is pretty slick. You can see we picked up what the unit was, the VIN number. Again, we're interacting with the dealership. We understand when the vehicle is going to be available for shipping, and we make shipping happen that way on the retail side. Last but not least, I'm going to show you what we do when we do a full API integration within someone's purchasing system. So this example I'm going to show you right now, it didn't time out on me, is a company called Carsker. For those of you that are not familiar with Carsker, they are an up-and-coming wholesale site, and we have built the shipping tool directly into their site. So if you're a dealer and you are out bidding for inventory, let's see, I think I might need this Jeep. Let's choose that. Over here, I have got the shipping costs built right into the tool, built right into the checkout process. When you purchase this vehicle on their online auction, shipping is included. So we go out to our various clients, our various partners like this, and we actually build the shipping tool via our technology directly into their solution. So for those of you that are using it, shipping at Manheim, and you check the box and you get Ready Auto Transport to deliver your vehicle, all these companies can do that today, but they're going to focus on doing it through Ship Your Car Now because shipping cars is our core competency. That's not what Carsker does for a living. It's not what Turn Automotive does for a living. Another example of a site that's got our tool built directly into it. And every time I click on a vehicle, it simply shows what it's going to cost to ship that vehicle. So again, it's built directly into the purchasing process on these wholesale websites, and the same thing we can do with retail sites. So it's a pretty slick setup to really add shipping as a function to companies like Turn Automotive and Carsker without having to go out and create a transport department and learn how to do it and sign up for an account with Super Dispatch or whoever they're going to dispatch through. They can actually just have that done as a completely outsourced service. And again, a little bit of a pitch, like this whole thing might be a little bit of a pitch, but at the end of the day, we're the guys that can do everything, the shipping and the technology. So that's kind of the cool part. It's not just the tech. So we're working on a few things out there. Stuff like our tracking, GPS tracking, where we're actually beginning to do some GPS tracking. You can see these little green bulbs are all of our loads that are on time today with our GPS tracking turned on. So that's pretty cool. We got one red guy up there. He's up around Buffalo. So we'll have to find out what's going on with that one. But you can see we're tracking via GPS. We're just getting ready to roll this out full time across all our loads. It's just loaded out across some of our loads today, kind of in beta still. We've got some dashboard tools we're using. Pretty significant upgrade for us to be able to give you information on where all your loads are in real time. So you're basically going to log into this using that same PIN number that we gave you to place orders. You're going to know where all your vehicles are at any given time, what their expected delivery dates are. This will include a link to that little button so that it'll actually show you the mapping if mapping is available on one. And last but not least, I think we're going to give away some swag. So I got to throw a picture of the swag up there so that people can see what's available. And I think Bill and Anthony are online collecting information from anyone who's interested in a demo. I promise I'll go slower. I promise I will breathe. I promise I will let you ask questions next time. But that is my 20-minute pitch. I think I got it in 18 minutes, Jay. I want some cowbell for that, and we'll go from there.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Tell you what, let's do this. I'm going to take this screen, and we're just going to visit for a few minutes before we bring in the Powerhouse Automotive Professionals panel. Lots to look at there. That was a great demo, and I shared that picture earlier. You saw it at Car Conference, where we were in your booth. We got a demo, and it's a really good demo. Good job. You did great on the time. But what I like to, and yeah, because once you definitely got my attention. Now I've got questions. But even if I'm standing there, because you see, folks, Ty and I call them lurkers. Hang on one second. I got a couple logos on the screen. All right, there we go. I hit a few wrong buttons. Back to camera one. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay hit some wrong buttons. We're going to do Auto Transport Intel. Ship your car now. After the demo, take two. There we go. What I wanted, because I wasn't looking at everything at once, what I wanted to say was that me and Ty, we get lurkers. We get folks that they stand in the background, they really are engaged, but they're not even sure where they want to start with the questions. So they watch, they listen, they learn, and when you give such a strong demo, it gives them an opportunity to maybe regroup. Sometimes they go get somebody and then come back, and now they're ready with questions.
Yep.
So whether Eddie says Jay needs a producer. Whether you're in the live chat, whether you're in a live demo, whether you're in a group panel discussion, I think you gave many verticals a lot to think about. And even I saw a carrier. I think a carrier in the live chat said, I like those rates. How about that?
Well, hey, I will tell you, I'm in a lot of groups, and there's a lot of noise about rates right now. And when I see them, I'm like, I don't understand how anybody's moving stuff for some of those rates. We do think we have great rates. And you know what? We've got great customers, great clients that know that it's like that 4-button scene, Jay, that you saw. It's $50 more to get it picked up in 2 days versus 7. Who doesn't want to spend $50 more to get it picked up in 2 days? Get the money and give it to the carrier and get it picked up. Hey, this is easy.
And so that's the thing. Anybody that's, if you don't know what it's like in the sausage making process, there are folks that we were talking about, some companies, fly by night, whatever, that are actually, once they get a carrier on the phone, they're like, will you do it for $50 less? And I'm like, if the client knew this was going on, what would they say? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna
Crazy.
That's absolutely crazy. You are going to haggle over a car going hundreds of miles for $50.
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you. Nope. All right. It is now time. You've been in the live chat. You've been in industry news. It is now time for stage 4. Here we go, John. I'm hitting the button. This will be fun. Let's see what happens. Admit.
Bring on the crowd.
Admit. And I will say this: we got folks now coming in the panel, and you're gonna hear a little audio in the background, this and that. What we'll do first is when we get Don, when we see Don, we're gonna pass the microphone to Don, because I know that Don deserves the opportunity. He's been patient. He's been in the live chat. He's been super excited. And Don is the VP of Dealer Success at Ship Your Car Now. So here we go. I'm going to pass the microphone. There we go. Wow, we have Brady bunch.
Nice.
Before we do introductions, Don, please say hello to the Auto Transport Intel Tuesday Night's live audience.
Hey everybody, I'm so glad you're here. Christian, Dominic, Marc, Stephanie, Lyamen, all you guys are awesome. Where's Brandon? Brandon here? I don't see Brandon yet. Josh Deesing's here. Andy's here. Awesome. Carsker guys are here.
Wow.
There's Brandon. So
no joke. Powerhouse Automotive Professionals panel. This is pretty amazing. We're going to be here all night. Everybody make some popcorn and tuck in. Here's Don Brady.
hi, Dominic.
How's it going?
Good. Hi, Brandon.
All right, and we want to give a shout out. We got Marc and from Turn Automotive on there as well. I saw there's Thad from Carsker and Lyamen from 321 Ignition. So we've got a bunch of our partners on there. Jason from Carsker. So we've got some partners on there. Stephanie from the Appraisal Lane. Some of our other partners that are out there as well, and of course all the dealers that Don called out earlier as well. So really happy to have all you guys. Appreciate this diverse panel that has agreed to be our powerhouse here tonight, and looking forward to what you all have to say. And I'm going to do my best to not talk, which for the people who know me, that's going to be a little rough, but I'm going to do my best.
Yeah, thank you guys all so much for coming out tonight.
So, and that's I have my duct tape ready because I want to hand it over to you. I want you all to speak. So I'll tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. When in doubt, I start from the upper left, and let's go ahead and Josh, please say hello. Tell us a little bit more about you and your business, and then we'll just keep going around. And Josh has his courtesy mute on. Thank you for the courtesy mute. But we don't hear you.
Josh, you're muted.
Josh is muted. He's in an elevator.
Yeah, it looks like
he's selling cars right now. And he's talking, but we can't hear him. The suspense is killing us.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, cool. I'm Josh Deesing. I'm a general manager for Welsh Motors Ford, New Springfield, Ohio. We're a real rural Ford dealership. Been using Ship Your Car Now for over a year. Big thing is we buy from auctions all across the country. We kind of have a niche market. Not only do we carry new Fords, we like to specialize in slightly aged used cars with lower mileage. So we search high and low to find them. And we also we got to compete with the Carvanas and the Vrooms in the world. So, in our new cars and our used cars, we do offer home delivery, everything like that as well. And everything's been going good. We've been using that shipping tool now for about a year. And so far, no hiccups, no flaws, and everything's been working great.
That was fantastic. Thank you, Josh. Thad, is it Thad? With Carsker? Thad, over to you, please.
All righty. Well, thank you, John and Dawn, for giving us the opportunity to jump on this. This is great. This is our first time watching it, and I've already learned a lot. So good stuff there. And it is, I'm 100% sure it's 1.9 seconds on that Tesla. And I'm willing to put a buy fee on it, on Carsker, if I'm wrong. We'll just put that in the bank. But if you don't know, Carsker is a new auto auction. We launched about a year ago. It's myself, Jason Mesker, who's on as well, and Brad Carpani. We're all former car guys who came from a big, corporate background in the auto world. We wanted to do something a little bit different, and transparency is the big buzzword going around right now. Everybody's more transparent than the other. And one example that stood up why we reached out to Ship Your Car Now was examples like this, and from dealers that I talked to. When you're buying online, besides buying a car at an auction, the only other thing I could think of that you don't know what it's going to cost you at the end of the day is going to the hospital and having like a kidney replaced. You have no idea what the end cost is going to be for you. And that's the same for a lot of auctions when you bid on a car. This is an example. He's a high bidder at $3,600. So you have to calculate your buy fee, which is usually a mystery. In this case, it was $850, it's pretty steep. And then you tack on a virtual bid fee, which is $89, and then you throw on a gate fee, which is $59. So, and the comment on the end of it was, that's all before shipping. And at shipping, he has no idea what his shipping cost may be if he's taking that car from Texas all the way to Ohio. So when we launched the platform, we were desperately looking for technology out there that would give our customers an exact shipping price before they bid on the car, so they could budget accordingly. What we found through a lot of the dealership visits is that's one of the highlights of our website, is that, okay, if I'm in St. Joe, Missouri, and I'm buying a car out of Dallas, Texas, I know exactly what it's going to cost me before I bid on the car. And that may either extend what I'm willing to pay for the car, or I'm going to back up a little bit because I still have to make my margin on the end. So the technology side and what John and Ship Your Car Now has done for us has really helped integrate that into our system. And I'll tell you what, from the feedback from the customers I've talked to, especially in the rural areas where getting transportation can be a bit challenging and a little bit questionable on what the cost would be, it's worked out fantastic for them. So hats off to Ship Your Car Now. And look, we're car guys, but we're not transport guys. It's the last thing on this planet that we wanted to do. We're not good at it. We don't know the ins and outs about it, so we wanted to hand it over to like a true professional, and I think they've done an outstanding job.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Next up, do me a favor, Andrew. Is it Andrew at Neo Van Rentals?
Yes, that's me.
Great. Please say hello. Thank you so much.
Yeah, hello everybody. Yeah, it's an honor to be with you guys, and truly, it's good to see some new faces and a couple of familiar ones. We started working with Ship Your Car Now. I guess has it been a couple of years already done. And so what we do is we have a consumer, basically car rental agency, as well as a commercial end called Neo Business Fleet. Now I come from a national car dealer group in my career, but also they're also an international fleet leasing company. So a lot of the things that I've learned along the way sort of stem from there. But there's a lot of loose ends coming out onto my own where Ship Your Car Now has really tied up a lot of those loose ends. They've made the process very streamlined. It's really helped me in my process. So when I'm just as the previous gentleman was saying, knowing your costs up front, really that way you don't have to highball an estimate to a client. I mean, you can really be right there on the edge and give a great estimate and know that it's going to be consistent, because of the tools that we've been able to use. But also, is the consistency is so important. You need to know, when's your car going to arrive? Really, where do you stand? Can you really get a true status? And we don't have to worry about dealing with the trucks directly. We've got somebody on our side that they know their vendors that they work with well, and they can get real answers, and the information is invaluable. So it's truly been a great fit for us. We work with consumers. So, for example, we just recently did multiple transports with a not-for-profit that receives government grants, where we had to ship 4 extended 15-passenger vans by a certain date, certain time, and they coordinated all that for us, and then arranged for the same thing to be picked up by a certain date, certain time. Again, had to all be coordinated instead of it being wide open. Well, I was able to just pass that off, and it was just taken care of. And the prices were right in line, if not better than what we could have done by ourselves. But having somebody on our side that knows the business, that has streamlined that process for us, has just been invaluable for us.
Don, how did you put this panel together? This is incredible.
Well, actually, what's funny? Someone mentioned in the chat that business people ultimately, when you form a partnership, they become more like friends and almost like family, and that's kind of how it feels. So when John brought this up, literally, I texted my friends and said, "Hey, can you guys come out to this show?" These are a good group of people, and they represent a lot of. I mean, I could have filled the whole place up with John and Michelle and the team at Ship Your Car Now. We could literally have put thousands of people on here, but I kind of handpicked a few of the people that I really care about, and I know they care about me and Ship Your Car Now, but I love what I do every day, and I know that everyone on the Ship Your Car Now team loves what they do every day as well.
That's awesome. Do you want to, Stephanie's next. You want to introduce Stephanie?
Hey, hello.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hey, John. Stephanie Garza. I come to you from the Appraisal lane, transportation manager. Hi, Marc. I've worked with Marc before as well. So I am probably maybe the most recent addition to John's Island of Misfit Toys. Myself and Allie, who is with us tonight watching, chatting with us. Stephanie Garza, we're shipping about 500 cars, just the two of us, on Central Dispatch, working our fingers to the bone. John reached out to me, actually. John and I had been talking, I think, for years in different positions that I've had. John and I have spoken, and I put my white flag up and I said, I need help, to the tune of, I think I loaded about 400 orders into their system in a single day. And it was such a smooth transition. We had no cars no stranglers that were sitting there, and nothing that was, left behind. The technology was there. We were hand quoting every move. It was taking hours out of our time. So I love the technology. John always reached out, and the team reached out on a daily basis to make sure that we didn't need anything. We had everything taken care of, and I would highly recommend it to anybody that is struggling. If you are pounding the phones every day, you're taking phone calls, carrier after carrier, and cancellations and issues, and it's so much easier to manage the overall process of it when you've got someone like John and his team handling all those exceptions.
I lost audio.
Oh, I think we lost you, Jay.
Oh, check.
There he is. All right.
You know, I was trying to do the courtesy mute. Don't you hate that?
Well, you know what's funny? Your little mute button doesn't show up when you're on mute, so I wasn't sure if that's exactly what was doing.
Because I got a special studio device.
Oh, you got the secret mute.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. All right.
I think Jason's next. Yeah. So.
Perfect. Jason.
All right. Hey guys, Jason Musker, co-founder with Carsker. I don't have a lot to say. Thad obviously did a nice job of kind of running through everything. I do remember early on when we were working on the platform, kind of mapping everything out, and Brad and Thad talking about the importance of a shipping partner. And one of the things that we are really good at is knowing what we're not good at. So from that perspective, right, we go out, we try to find the best of the best to partner with, and really kind of build on what our initial thought was. And that's, we want to be able to provide a turnkey product and process for people that are sitting in Kansas City or somebody that's sitting in Western Kansas. And coming across and working with Ship Your Car Now at our first call with them, they definitely set themselves apart from everybody else. And it's shown from day one when we launched that relationship to where we are now. So.
Thank you. Hey, Jay. You're not there again, buddy.
Oh, gosh darn it. I see. Okay, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to try it again. I have the clapper nearby, but I'm just going to go for it. I see that we have Lyamen Savy from 321 Ignition. And so I think it's apropos that we hand the mic to Lyamen so she can say hello and tell us a little bit more about her and 321 Ignition.
Hey guys, so 321 Ignition is a mobile first website provider for car dealerships. We power dealership websites, and like John was showing, is we actually have an API integration with Ship Your Car Now. So a lot of dealerships now, of course, you know, with the pandemic and crisis and everything, everybody's using digital retail tools. Well, I always say digital retail is just a checkout button. But to Karsek's point, like when people are about to place an order or buy a car online, the first question comes to mind was, how much is the shipping is going to cost me? How am I going to get the car? And so dealerships need a shipping tools on their website. And the great thing, it's not only is it a shipping tool, but it's also a lead generation tool for dealers. So we, instead of just adding, you know, a widget to our to dealership websites, we've actually invested in the API integration. And what that does, of course, is it offers the consumers a frictionless experience and almost like an Amazon experience. So when the consumer is on a dealership website, when they go to a vehicle detail page, we know where the car is going to be shipped from because we power the dealership website, so we pre-populate that information. We know what car they're shipping or want to ship because they're actually on the VDP page, so we pre-populate that information as well. And the only information the consumer needs to enter is actually their contact information, which is the lead generation, you know, for a dealer. And then the only other information they need to put in is the zip code and the state where they want to ship it to. And they click next, and then it gives them actually, like Amazon experience, that says, here are your shipping options. You could get it delivered standard, you know, here's how much it's going to cost, or you could get it faster by this many days. It's going to get it there by, you know, date XYZ, and here's how much more it's going to cost. And the best part is you could also include it in your financing. And so then it actually says, the shipping might cost, let's say, $1,000, but in terms of a financing, it might only be, I don't know, $20 more per month. And so it's a great way for dealerships to actually attract nationwide customers and show them like, hey, you really want this car, and actually really compete with Carvana. And because now they're actually showing them what the prices are going to be, and especially like, hey, it's not a big deal if you include in your financing, it's only $20 more per month, but you're going to get exact car that you want. So yes, and of course we obsess over mobile first user experience.
Right, I hear you say mobile first a lot, and rightly so, because when we look at analytics about users, mobile is, I always saw it as kind of just a healthy third, but where is it? Lyamen, where really is mobile first?
So across all industries, mobile is almost 60%, but in automotive, according to Google Analytics, they say it's almost 70%. Actually, what I'm seeing, it's close to like 89%. So, for example, Hanson brand, which is one of our dealerships that we work with, they're really big on social media, and I was just looking at Google Analytics today, it's 89%. Chillicothe truck, also 89%. Bob Ruth Ford, I forgot exact amount, but it's pretty close to us, like over 80%. So if you think about it, less than 20% of dealership website traffic is actually only desktop, and everybody else is on mobile. So we really obsess on how do we give consumers the best car shopping experience on a mobile device. What that means is really thinking about somebody shopping for a car with one finger, instead of on a keyboard with 10 fingers, both hands, faster internet speed, huge monitor screens. Like, people are actually shopping a small little device. And so how do you give them the best experience in a small little device?
And that's it. You are so in tune with not only how people use the technology, but the need, the explosive need for integration and communication of how that's going to take place. Because you're going to have somebody that's like, okay, I'm ready to do it. How do I plug in the Christmas tree lights?
Yeah. A lot of other website providers, what I've noticed is they don't really invest in API integrations. They, they just add on a little script and put a, little widget, little iframe. But those widgets and iframes are not a really good experience because first they slow down the mobile load speed. So we actually really do invest in every partner we partner with. We always do API integrations. We never cut corners. As a result of that, of course, our dealers have the best conversion rates. A lot of times when I talk to dealerships, they think they have a website traffic problem. They think the only way for them to get more sales from their website, more leads from their website, is to spend more money on advertisement. And I'm like, no, actually, you don't have a problem with traffic. You get plenty of visitors. Your problem is you're not converting those visitors because your website was designed for a desktop instead of a mobile. And majority of your car shoppers are mobile. And I'm sure like you guys have probably seen this stat all over the place for many years, is that over 70% of consumers do their research about the car they want to buy online. And as a result of that, they're visiting fewer dealerships. So if you don't have the best mobile experience, if you don't have the best online presence, you're basically eliminated out of a decision process just by, you might have the right car, but just because you don't have the right presence and the right mobile presence, you're eliminated out of decision. So we really focus and obsess over customer experience in a mobile device. And the funny thing is, like, a lot of our competitors, when they even do demos, they do those demos on a desktop. I'm like, who cares about desktop? Yeah, that's table stakes. Like, of course, you're going to have a best desktop experience. Let's talk about what it's going to look like on mobile. And we're the only ones who actually do demos on mobile.
Amazing. That so much great information. And in fact, what's neat is, Lyamen, I met you next to the Ship Your Car Now booth at Used Car Week 2019. I think we've hardly had a chance to talk since, and so it is neat to talk about the trade shows. I love talking about the trade shows, and it always brings it back home. So after Lyamen, we're back to Don. Don, in the center square for 200. No, I don't know. I don't have anything fancy to say. But Don, okay, so as we move to we have our third row. We're going to move on to Marc. Don, where are we at? What's going on?
Well, that's Marc Steiner with Turn Automotive.
Oh,
right?
It is? The Marc Steiner? Okay.
The one and only right here.
All right. Take it away, Marc.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for having us. Marc Steiner from Turn Automotive. We're a digital dealer-to-dealer marketplace. So we have a very robust mobile application and desktop website where we help dealers buy and sell cars between each other. They could be a large franchise dealer, or they could be an independent dealer. One of our big differences between us and our competitors is total transparency and backing that up with an amazing warranty. We've all suffered the pain of arbitration when buying a car at auction, and it is brutal. Turn Automotive prides themselves on protecting both the buyer and seller with a warranty that when they buy a car and it shows up 8 states away because John and his team moved it over there, and there is a problem with it, how do we cure that? And we have a great warranty that covers the seller and the buyer, so everyone's protected. So that's just a quick about us. We do digital wholesale, like I said. It's pretty simple. We met John a while back and actually did our integration with him before we launched. And it was so smooth and easy, and I think we're spoiled by it. We didn't go through other vendors or pain points. The technology that we were first attracted to was the fact that they didn't do flat rate pricing. Their technology is really robust, where they know moving a car from point A to B, how many were moved recently, what the demand is, and what that cost is. So you could give really accurate pricing quickly in milliseconds to your user. And it's dynamic to each user, and we've had great experience with it. It's very simple. The technology, the way it is, you log on either through our app or on the desktop, and immediately, based on your dealership's location, not where you're physically at, because maybe you're on vacation or you're not at the dealership, but when you're using our application based on your dealership's location, it will quote you in a millisecond of how much that vehicle is. This obviously gives the user the ability to calculate cost when they're bidding on a car. So we have expenses, right? What am I going to pay for the car? What am I going to pay to get the car here? Their pricing is accurate, it's competitive, and when I tell you it is seamless, we have not had a problem. We don't even think about transport. Our users go to checkout. If they select transport, they hit one button. That price is added into their cart. When they check out with us, we collect those funds, whether it's on their floor plan or they pay ACH, however they want to check out. And that order immediately through the API goes to John and his team. We don't need to pick up a phone. We don't need to send emails. We don't have to do any work. Our user buys the transport, our gate pass is integrated and goes right to these guys, and they go pick up the car. When they say it's going to be there on time, it's there on time. So John and your team, great job. Little pump up for you there, but I mean, it's been so simple and so easy. We're proud to partner with you and look forward to growing each other's businesses together.
Well, I appreciate that, Mark. And just real quick, I want to give a shout out because it's a team that makes that happen. So, Jamie, Eric, Brendan, Ashley, Jared, Mike, Bill, there's a whole team behind there that are watching that stuff. And for everybody that knows, there's it's next man up whenever stuff comes through. So we make sure it's covered and somebody's on the phone and somebody's responding to that email and making sure that things get moved. So the team really does it all. We appreciate them.
That is amazing. I'm going to go over to camera one. He said, we don't even think about transport. Who says that?
That's right.
That's why I have a channel. You constantly have to think about it. That is amazing, really amazing stuff, Mark. And so I can see why, because in wholesale, right, you don't have time to mess around. What's your volume like? Again, you don't have to answer any question you don't want to, but it's got to be a lot.
Sure. So we're moving a bunch of cars. We're moving hundreds of cars around the country and constantly. And there's a lot of moving pieces, but we don't have to do any of the logistics of that. It's the user, by them checking out and them selecting our transport, it's done. I don't deal with logistics. Our team does it. It's really that seamless. So they place the order, the user does it, it's self-serve. They check out, dump it in their cart, and goes. And yes, these guys have moved hundreds and hundreds of cars for us. I'm sure today we threw them 20, 30 cars today alone. And I know we put a bunch together heading from New York to Dallas. I mean, they'll send them anywhere. It doesn't matter. Wherever they need to go, they're going to move them. So it really is an integration where they take control in the process and we do nothing. We do nothing.
Amazing. That is amazing. Don, John, next we've got Dominic. Dominic,
real excited to introduce Dominic.
Yes,
so
thank you, Don.
He's been at a couple of stores with me, and he does a great job, and he buys unique vehicles. So take it away, Dominic.
I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me. It really means a lot. You consider to bring me on. And Don, as you said, I met you a couple of years ago, and the need was out of necessity. Unfortunately, I got let down by a couple other transportation companies that shall remain nameless. And truly, this company has stepped up, and anything I've ever needed, they have really stepped up, grabbed the bull by the horns, and made it happen. At this point, again, to kind of echo some of the other panelists, I don't even worry about transportation. That's one less thing I've got to worry about at the dealership is moving a car, because I know it's going to be handled. Literally, my wildest fantasies have been fulfilled with this company, whether I need enclosed trailers, I need something at a certain date or time. We've screwed up, left a car somewhere, and we've forgotten about it, and I need it at the store ASAP to meet a deadline to make sure the car doesn't get arbitrated. These guys have done it. Running a car dealership, there's so many different moving pieces, and we've talked about a lot of the problems already. Between arbitration and wanting to make sure that you're not affecting your turn rate, and make sure the cars are there in a timely fashion. There's so much that goes into the process of breaking promises to customers. And this company truly helps my business be more efficient simply because they are efficient. So it really is a partnership. A lot of times, when you're dealing with an outside company in my position, we always say we hate dealing with vendors. I can tell you, and again, I hate to sound like a salesman at this point, but this isn't a vendor. This is truly a partnership, and I would even venture to say a friendship at this point. These guys answer it. Don't matter if I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning buying cars, Sundays, Mondays, it don't matter. Rain, sleet, shine, snow. They're going to get me my car, and I truly do appreciate it. So, again, I can't reap enough praise on you guys. Just continue doing what you're doing. And, again, just me watching this show, I've actually learned a couple different things that I didn't even know. So I'm excited for the future, and want to continue that partnership for sure.
Thanks, Dominic. Means a lot.
No problem.
Wow. That's awesome. Okay, Don, who do we have next? Come on down.
We have Brandon Greene. He's at the Spitzer organization in Ohio, Hartville, Ohio. So take it away, Brandon.
Whoa! It's been an awesome call. I gotta say, I love Ship Your Car Now. Everybody's thoughts and focus has been on like under promising and over delivering. When it comes to this company, working with them, it is definitely a partnership. Dominic, Lyamen, I would love to know more about whatever that was, integration. But Ship Your Car Now has been amazing. They're just always on point. Like, it's easy for the customer. It's transparent. It's just the way of the future. And we've had much success with partnering with them, and it's just the way it's going.
I want to say this. What I did is I put in the live chat. Let me jump over to the live chat. I put in Lyamen's website, 321ignition.com. But really what you want to do is go there on a mobile device. Huh?
Very true.
Yep. Lyamen, why don't you want to take the microphone for a second and add to what Brandon was picking up, what you were laying down?
Sorry, which part, Brandon?
I mean, I noticed that you had a lot of like your two examples were smaller car dealerships. We're obviously a franchise dealership that has turned into a used car dealership. Right now, I'm usually carrying 120 new cars on ground. We're not that big, but right now I have three. Absolutely, 3 cars. I understand, like I have contracts being a Ford dealer with Dealeron and having to like basically use their templates, everything like that. But your integration like mobilely, because it's true. I mean, I'm a consumer. I do it myself. and just how, like, can you benefit like people that are kind of restricted in using the manufacturer's website?
Yeah, and so Brendan, so of course, as you know, being the OEM dealership, you guys do have a lot of limitations. We do still work with a lot of OEMs, dealerships who are, you know, a little rebels, and they're like, we don't care what the OEM says. You know, the hard part in automotive, which is preventing innovation in automotive, is that these OEM rules are a little bit ridiculous. You know, in order to become OEM approved, you have to have those dealerships already on your platform using you. But how are you supposed to get those dealerships on your platform if, you know, they're not allowed to use you? So, which is actually really preventing innovation. You know, it's preventing people like my company. You know, we are not from automotive. We entered automotive because we saw the automotive is at least 10 years behind. And so we wanted to improve the experience. But of course, you know, it takes a really long time to become approved. So we do have dealerships like Bob Ruth Ford, you know, who has two websites. They have bobruthford.net. If you guys go there right now, you'll see it's powered by a dealer on. And then if you go to bobruthford.com, you will see it's powered by us. And so, of course, but then dealerships, of course, don't always want to pay for two websites. So the alternative is we actually just recently launched what we're calling sort of a mobile first widget. But basically, you know, like when you go to Amazon website on your phone, or like Macy's or Home Depot, instead of going to the mobile app, you know, like when you go to the website and the website notices you're on a smartphone, and it gives you the little pop-up that says, download a mobile app. So we did a very similar thing where when somebody goes to OEM mobile responsive website and we see they're on a mobile device, we basically place the pixel on a dealership website, and it gives them a little pop-up that says, hey, it looks like you're on a mobile, you know, click here for a better mobile experience. And then what it does is it opens up our mobile first website, the search results page, vehicle detail page on a subdomain name. So it would be like, for example, I don't know, I'm just going to pick random dealership. Kleinhonda.com. I mean, Kleinhonda is actually on our site, but let's say it would be like mobilefirst.com. Oh, sorry, mobilefirst.kleinhonda.com. So therefore, you're still compliant because you're still actually using OEM approved website. But when the pop-up comes up for mobile users, it takes them then to our mobile first experience. And the great thing is, you know, with that mobile first widget that we got for OEM dealership, we're only selling it for $6.99, and it comes with 11 lead generation features, including with Ship Your Car Now API and everything. So you're still be compliant. It doesn't give you the full website because we're not allowed to take over your whole website, but it still allows you to start actually, you know, providing better experience for consumers on a mobile device, which pretty much majority of them.
Thank you.
All right, so that was a preview of what we're going to do after this panel. We're going to go into automotive industry overtime. It's one of my favorite parts of the show. It's the last segment before I let you go. But before we do that, Don, we have Christian. Tell me more.
Christian Robinson, Twin Falls. Great guy. Take it away, Christian.
Well, like Dominic was saying, you know, I've been let down by other transportation brokers and vendors and people just calling, blowing up my phone, asking me if I have transportation needs. Tried them out, and I got a call from Don at one point. I figured, well, everybody else has let me down. You know, what's one more? And it's never happened. I've had a vehicle that was damaged in transit, and all I had to do was reach out to the team. They took care of everything. The guest was happy. I was happy. It was a hands-off experience. We just wrapped up a 3-car transportation circus so that I could meet a deadline for a guest to get a very specific vehicle to them. I had to ship a car from Idaho to Arizona, Arizona to Colorado, Colorado to Wyoming, and it had to be there so they could take delivery tomorrow. And before I even committed to it, I got a hold of Don and the team and said, hey, is this even a possibility? Because the car that needs to go from Colorado to Wyoming isn't scheduled to land until maybe the 4th or the 6th. I don't know. Can you make it happen? And he said, of course. We got it taken care of, and the customer should be taking delivery tomorrow. I mean, I've not been let down. Jamie and Don are super responsive to text, to call, to email. John's helped out when we've had some issues in the past. It's just seamless. When I get my gate passes from auction, I just email it over. We have, you know, the agreement. This is the plan that I'm going to go with unless I say I want to go with something more expedited. And they get me the car here. Sometimes it shows up and my GM says, which car is that? Well, that's the one from such and such auction. What, it's here already? So it's a seamless way to get the vehicles here, And as I saw in the chat, you know, sometimes you pay a little bit more than if you go with a smaller regional vendor or somebody that's trying to get your business. But I don't know what that customer service is going to be like. I would rather pay a little bit extra and know that my transportation needs are going to be taken care of. And if something comes up, it's taken care of. It's not a fight. They're not going to disappear in the middle of the night, and they're going to take care of me.
Thanks a ton, Christian. I'll just take 2 seconds because I just want to add one thing to that, if I can, Jay, and that is, you know, we focus a lot on technology, and you know, we love our technology that we've built out with our partners like Lyamen and Carsker and Turn Automotive and stuff. But at the end of the day, we also do move cars. And so, you know, whether you just want to send us an email, you know, and Christian does that sometimes. I see the little forwards that go to Don's email from the actual auction directly, right? And they'll just come across, and we take action on those just as if it was a file feed. So I don't want to scare anybody that might be thinking, oh my gosh, all they do is technology. No, we can handle it from type A all the way through type Z and the full integration, and we love to do it all. So anybody that's interested, again, I'll give one last shout out and then I'll quit doing commercials. We will give you a free move up to 500 miles if you book a meeting with me during this phone call. So go ahead and hit somebody. I think Bill and Anthony are both out there in the chat, and they can make an appointment for you and make that happen. So.
Wait a minute. What's the offer?
I'm going to move a car up to 500 miles at no charge.
Wow.
I didn't say how long. I didn't say how long it'd take.
That is great.
Just kidding.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I don't want to single anybody out, but what would you do if you heard, let's say, so you're early in the game, you're shopping around, you're trying to find that auto transport service provider, just take care of it. And what if you found out that when they were haggling with carriers, when they were working with carriers and they were knocking them down, you know, when a carrier called to book a load, the load is posted, it's your car, it's been posted somewhere to get moved, and a carrier calls in, and a couple carriers call in. So they decide, they say they're going to start saying, you know what, I'll let you have it if you'll do it for $50 less. And if you found out that was going on, what would be your reaction?
Can I answer this, like, as a consumer of this business, being a dealer? Like, ship your car now. Like, you'd be like, customers, like, I want to do shipping, and we'd be like, so you have to take care of it yourself. We don't want to deal with it because it's a pain in the ass. But you would go on to Google, like, put in your shit, like what you need done. It's gonna be broadcast to everybody, right? It goes to everybody, and they are all posting to the same job board to get this thing done, and they're competing over like what to get this car delivered. So like the trust level, I can't tell you how many times I've said I need an enclosed trailer. Like I had just so many times, just been disappointed with like the end result because these people are competing over like, how can I fit this into my schedule? Yeah, I just had a comment.
I will. No, that's a good one, Brandon. I'll comment on that one time because there's kind of a rule that I know gets frustrating for my salespeople sometimes. But we literally, if someone calls us with an order and wants us to quote something, obviously we go to our carriers first before we go to any public boards. We use VendorFlo, one of your other partners, Jay. They're a partner of ours as well, to facilitate that for us. So great partner of ours. But they actually, we do that. And then if we do go public, if we see a load posted like that, Brandon, where there's 3 other guys that have that load posted, and some of you may experience this because sometimes when you click a button, you don't even know it. These guys start posting your stuff, and you don't even know you gave them enough information to do it. They just randomly start doing it. We literally, and like I said, Don will shake his head at this, but we call you back and say, hey, sorry, Brandon, we can't do that one. It looks like 3 other guys have got it, and we don't play that way. We're not doing it.
And it's not only that, but it also can come from like a salesperson just trying to
Oh,
gather
absolutely.
information from the customer to like structure his deal.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And it clouds like the whole
Yeah, and then they got the
atmosphere
wrong
and all that
number,
stuff in
and
there.
yeah, it's a nightmare. So we literally,
I
and you're
just
right.
love
It
you
usually
guys.
happens from somebody else, but we just rather be real transparent and go, hey, here's what it is, here's where we are, here's and Jay, to your point on the negotiation, we get in full transparency, we get carriers all the time that call us and say, hey, I want $200 more than you want to give us, and sure, we're going to negotiate with those guys because that's more than we've got, but we don't. It's not the other way around. It's always the carrier asking first before we ever negotiate.
I know it's only $3 a gallon, but this place is full, so unless you're paying $4 a gallon, you're going to the back of the line. That is an unfortunate. It doesn't make sense. Also, the customer expectations. Great point. Why have so many shippers then come to this assumption they got to contact 2 or 3 brokers to get it moved? That's not good.
I can answer this too. It's because the customer feels that the price is more than they expected. They want the dealership to throw it in, so therefore they are pressing on the dealer to negotiate, and then the dealer is just negotiating something that's uncontrollable to them, and ultimately hurts my reputation as the dealer, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is that there's just many areas to confront, but I think that ultimately in the demo, because I know this, right? I look at things all the time, different companies, different tech. What you showed was the ability to integrate retail, wholesale. What about private? Speaking of the private user, do they have an interface that they can navigate to get is that there? Is that retail one-on-one individual? How about corporate relocation? Go ahead.
My quoting site is actually, I have it posted all over Facebook, all over LinkedIn. So, an individual that wants to move grandma's car can also punch in and get a quote. And the neat thing, to Brandon's point, is he can share those choices with his customers. So if they don't want to pay a lot of money, they want to pay less, they can take the standby option. They just have to understand that it can take time for that vehicle to get picked up. But what happens a lot of times, they might choose the standby, and then 3 or 4 days later, they're calling and saying, hey, can I upgrade to the pickup within 7 days or the pickup within 2 days? Because when I buy something, I want it. I want it now. Like, I'm going to choose what's your highest, most expensive option, because I want that vehicle here now. I just committed to it. I just paid for it. So
I've also used it as a negotiating tool, Don. So like, standby's at X and Z is the third one up. What if I cover the difference between X and Z? You know what I mean? So I'm going to help get that car to you faster, but it's just case in point. Transparency, Amazon, like, it is the way of the future. Carvana, all these places. Like today, I was told I beat Carvana's value to buy their truck outright, but I didn't beat KBB. You know what I mean? So, but anyhow, case in point, it's just the transparency and then the follow-up and then just everything that you guys do. I appreciate you. Thank you. I gotta go to bed. I appreciate you guys.
Too much work. So having said that, since we're at 10:09 Central Time and we're doing some overtime conversation, if you need to go, now's a good time. If you want to stick around for a few, we're not going to stay here forever. But
I really appreciate everybody coming out. So
thanks for the invite.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight in the panel. We really do appreciate it. Your contribution is nice meeting many of you for the first time. Please do continue to let me know if I can help you. autotransportintel@gmail.com. I really do appreciate it.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
The Marc Steiner. I got it now.
The one and only, remember.
The one and only, yeah.
Just one. This world could only handle one. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Mark.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Thank
Hey,
you,
guys.
Dominic.
Dominic, bye, Lyamen.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Lyamen.
Lyamen, we'll see you next week at NIEDA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. A bunch of us will be there, so be fun.
And then there were 4. Thank you, Thad.
All right,
Thank you so
Carsker.
much. Nice meeting you.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, he's got his courtesy mute on. But I already did that. I did it twice. It's frustrating. I was thinking we need like a bit. There should be like
there he
a.
is.
There should be like a big cone
Oh,
on the
no.
screen, right? Only you can see. They need to make it this large. You're muted. Anyways, Thad. Final
Yeah.
thoughts, Thad.
I figured out the mute button, so I feel like this whole thing has been well worth it. But no, look, this has been great. I appreciate the time to be on and get to talk to everybody. It's always great to hear about new technology and everyone's pain points. I mean, Brandon had great points, and so it's stuff we could come back and even on the auction side, figure out ways to make his life easier and better, so he could, could get to bed earlier and not have to worry about stuff. So.
There you go. Perfect.
All right, fellas. I appreciate it. You guys have
All
a
right.
great night.
Thanks,
Thank
Thad.
you,
Yep,
Thad.
we'll
Thank
talk to
you
you
so
soon.
much.
All right.
All right. So now, okay. So it's just the 3 of us, right? Road trip. I wish actually. It's funny because you had said. Okay, so yeah, let's talk trade shows for a minute. I'll just keep you guys for a few minutes.
Sure.
What's next? What are you doing this month?
So this month we'll be doing double duty because we do play in the diverse markets as we talked about. Fortunately, the IARA and the NIADA are in the same city and the same time at the same hotel and convention center this month. So I will be splitting my ticket between the 2 shows. Michelle, who some people have met in the chat tonight, and Don will be over on the NIADA side. We'll have another rep, Howard, over at the IARA side. And if I have to say those acronyms one more time this late at night, I am not going to get them right. So that is it for me on that topic.
Yeah, I hear you. I do that too. I'll be talking to Ty, and yeah, I'm like IARA. Somebody needs to make an automotive song.
Yeah, like a baloney. My baloney has a first name song, right? So
yeah, exactly.
For those of us that are old enough to remember that. So and then October we'll be at the digital dealer out in Vegas again. So we were excited. The last digital dealer was great. Met a lot of new technology partners that we're currently have projects underway with today to do further integration, similar to the Carsker, Turn, 321, and others that we've got out there already. And then, of course, Used Car Week. We'll be there again in November. So excited about that as well. It'll be our big wrap up for the year. And the booth's ready to go. It's out in Vegas. Jamie's taking good care of it out there. That's her hometown. So we'll get to see her and the whole gang and have a fun time. Always enjoy it.
Cool. And I was typing furiously, which you could hear because I didn't courtesy mute myself, but I put in the live chat. So you've got, you already know some of this, but I like to just keep the information going. That's what live chats are all about. IARA, go to IARA.biz. That is San Antonio in August. And across the street in San Antonio in August is the NIADA show, literally right across the street. That is amazing. When's the last time we had 2 shows in one like that?
Never went unless they're actually put together, right? We get them where they're put together on purpose, where the NAAA and the IARA have the same show at the same time on purpose, but never 2 diverse groups happening to be in the same city. Literally, the Marriott Convention Center hotel is where one is, and the other one's at the convention center across the street. So it's it's pretty
amazing.
hilarious.
And because for the record, Used Car Week is 3 shows in one, right?
Correct. It's
FinCon, RepoCon.
Yep. And remarketing. Yep.
Remarketing, right? Yeah.
So
Used Car Week's amazing. And then also, I put in the live chat also. You've got Digital Dealer in October. Go to digitaldealer.com. And then Used Car Week, which is Cherokee Media Group, Auto Remarketing, usedcarweek.biz. That's in November.
November 15th.
Yeah. November 15th. And now, Used Car Week's in Vegas?
Yeah, it's at the Red Rocks this year. It was
Red Rocks.
supposed to be there at 2020, and obviously they canceled. Bill and the team had to cancel that thing, but they kept the Red Rocks for the venue this year. So
that's cool. So how about you, Don? So you said, or you're going to be in August?
I'll be at NIDA.
Okay.
NIADA in San Antonio, and then I'll be at
Digital Dealer
in Vegas, and then Used Car Week in Vegas.
Wow. So, and now we're going to do something interesting is I'm not going, and I tell you, I mean, I'm really, I really want to go, but I'm not going to go to San Antonio because I'm going to be here manning the channel, as you can tell. Like, can you imagine if I'm live on location and I can't even get the mute right when I'm sitting here? So I'm going to be here manning the channel. Ty will be live at IARA, and because I think we're going to try and start doing a little bit more of that. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to miss that. I'll be at the NAAA, which nobody has talked about. That's National Association of, is it Auto
Auctions? Yeah, it's the Auto Auction show.
I haven't been to that show before.
I have not either. We have several key clients that are going to be there. So I'm kind of winging it right now because we do work with some of the major auction groups, Dealers Auto, McConkey, Accelerate, some of the big guys. So we're kind of debating whether or not I'm just in Detroit, so it's a quick 45-minute puddle jump for me to run over there. So I may run over there as well. We'll see what's happening. So
that'd be great. And also, what about automotive logistics? Do you go to the automotive logistics shows?
I have not been to the big one for the new vehicle. We're just
logistics,
we're just breaking into that market space with
so
the new
we'll
vehicle.
See you there in the coming.
So we'll get there as we grow. That's kind of the next step, the next vertical market. We're just dipping our toe in right now, and it's been going really well so far. So we're excited about that, but we'll see next time around.
Did we miss any other shows, associations, or events that are on your roadmap?
You know what? I'm going to take 2 seconds here, and I'll pull up my actual roadmap, and I'll tell you if we did, because I have them all documented.
While we're doing that, we're going to wrap up here, folks. And I love the comments in the live chat. This was a great show. Don, deconstructed this show. What's your takeaway?
Well, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, I would love to have been able to invite all of my clients. I think, there's a limit of how many you can actually have on the show. So, I have a lot of good people that I care about and that I get to talk to on a day-to-day basis. And this last year and a half, I've been with Ship Your Car Now for a year and a half, and I knew nothing about transportation until I met John out in Las Vegas at NADA last year. So I've learned so much, and I just, I know I'm saying this when I work for Ship Your Car Now, but I don't think there's a better company out there that has the heartbeat of the car industry and the transportation industry. And when I'm talking to carriers, I'm excited because I feel like I'm helping them grow and grow and grow with all the dealers that we're bringing on board that weren't going to, they may not have called them or got them to move that car for them, where we're helping them get that client now. So we're helping everybody on both sides.
Well,
yeah, John.
Oh, go ahead, Jay. And I was just going to say, and Don said a little bit, but I just want to echo it, and that is, we kind of have fun doing this, so that makes it a lot easier for us too. It's, we have our stressful days, but at the end of the day, we look at each other and go, hey, we're a little stressed today, but it's because we're growing so fast and we're doing so many great things for people, and we're so committed to making things happen. It's so funny that Christian mentioned that 3-car move. We all knew about that move, and we all knew what was going on with it in the organization. It wasn't just a guy, and that's a big difference. A lot of others out there, you got your guy, and if he isn't on it, or if he takes a vacation, or whatever happens, you may not get the service you've come to expect. But with Don and with the entire team behind the two of us and the rest of our sales staff that's actually doing the execution, it doesn't miss a beat. When something's going on, the team gets it done. Hot moves like that, we all knew about that one. We were all watching it, and it was fun to see it happen. So it's kind of cool.
And Jay, to you, I got to tell you, I have watched your show in the past, but I enjoy it almost as like you're watching late night on TV. I mean, you make it fun and exciting, and this was really fun. I couldn't wait. I was literally counting down on social media how many minutes, how many hours to the show. So I get nervous, but I also get so excited that I almost can't talk. And I got that way a couple times tonight. So thanks for bearing with me on that.
That is so cool, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because
I found one more show for you, Jay.
Yeah, good.
You're gonna be bummed you didn't think of this one. The Auto Haulers of America
in Nashville.
Yes, that is in October.
Right,
yep.
And that's in October. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a conflict, can't make it to that show, but you're right. That's another good one, and that is lots of carriers, right? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Carrier, and not just carriers, but that broker carrier, asset light carrier, right?
Yep.
That's that sweet spot of when we talked earlier that this is a busy marketplace. Now we kind of started just talking about the broker side, but in the transport business arena, man. I mean, if you go to Auto Haulers Association of America website, there are so many companies just within the association.
Huge.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
It is huge. So, yeah, hats off. Well, and I want to thank Don. I want to thank you so much for those words. And this kind of gets into what you were saying, John, is that, and Super Dispatch said because ... logistics. I think that everybody in automotive, whether it's OEM or the auction, the dealer, transport, brokering, wherever you're at, and even in like reconditioning, right? You know that it's a team effort, and even though maybe it was hard to get that batch processed or that car done, there's a sense of pride that lets you know that you feel like you're in the right place. And that's where, we can tell that, what was it? There's a car at a police station? What was that story? I've heard of this stuff.
So I'll make it as brief as possible. We literally, a guy walked into the dealership to say, hey, where do you want me to put this car? And somebody jumps in the car idling and takes off, and the car's gone. Car gets recovered 24 hours earlier. And it has taken nothing less than an act of moving heaven and earth on the part of our customer service team. Because if you think about it, Jay, this thing's in transit. Who owns it? Is it the auction that still owns it? Is it the customer that owns it now? The title hasn't transferred. It's in between. It's not registered. It doesn't have plates. So how do the police know who to let have this vehicle? And I will tell you, and I don't know if Kurt's on the chat or anybody that knows, but I'll guarantee you we've probably sent 10 drivers in there with what we thought was the right set of paperwork and been turned away every single time. We finally picked it up today. Today's been a good day.
Wow. Well, and that's where when you talk about transfer custody, because it's an interesting topic. I appreciate that. I appreciate how hard your team works, and so and for that, what I want to do is I'm going to take a moment. I want to find that applause button. I'm going to give an applause to your team because oh no, that's the timer. I know that they spent a lot to put in the time so that and that's how we're able to share good news, right? And that's where
Absolutely.
My network, I let them do the heavy lifting so that I can raise the platform to raise us up. Guys, I really appreciate this opportunity to share all this information. And that panel was insane. You guys killed it.
No, that's good stuff. We love having the diverse clientele that we have and all the different arenas we have and all the different stories that come out of it. It just never stops. But it's been a lot of fun. and a lot of work. But you know, the fruits are there, and the business is growing, and we're doing well, and we're looking forward to doing a lot more.
Absolutely.
Okay, last chance. Final thoughts. Anything else?
Don?
No, well, you know, I'm not gonna leave an empty mic, right? You know
Right.
me. So I would just say that I do want to say, for anybody that's still watching, we absolutely we did have a prep call with all the members of the panel, and I just want you to know, I really did say to those people, I really don't want this to become a Ship Your Car Now testimonial panel. I really want you guys to talk about technology and how it affects shipping in the world, and how important that is, and all those kind of things, and so on and so forth. And you know, and they all ignored me, and I appreciate that on the one hand, you know, but I think, you know, it's for those of you out there that are thinking about having a new shipping partner, you know, call those guys, reach out to them. Don't call us, call them, see what they think, and then reach out to Don, myself, Michelle, Bill, everybody. We're all sales reps that are in the chat or on the show, and we'll be happy to hook you up with the same experience. And again, it's the team behind the scenes that makes sure that experience is the same for every new client we bring on board. So it won't change as we get bigger. We continue to hire quality staff, quality people, train them appropriately, pay them appropriately, encourage them appropriately, and when you do all those good things happen to you. So that's where we are.
Amazing.
And I agree with everything you said. The neat thing is, I when I do post on LinkedIn or on Facebook, I always say references available upon request, and it's true. Like, I can give a list of people, and I have no problem. They can call any of these dealers and find out what we did, and I love to help every chance I can. So,
well, and I will say it was so cool that yes, rather than many folks on the team, which we love the team, right? But to see clients live, right, like uncoached. In fact, we said don't do this, and they couldn't help themselves other than share the good news. It was really
funny.
Cool.
Yeah,
really cool. Just awesome stuff. So my hat's off to you guys on putting together a great show.
Thanks, Jay. Couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you, Jay. Great show. You do a great job. Appreciate you as always.
Thank you very much, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, take care, everybody. And I'm going to go to camera 1, and I let go of the meeting. The meeting is over. It's official. This is Auto Transport Intel. This is the end of the show. This is, we did it 2.5 hours. And so we appreciate you for sticking around and watching, even if you didn't make it to the end. And thank you so much, Super Dispatch, here to the end. And Sky Hallman's here, and Jamie. Don's been very active in the live chat, sharing information. Marco's here. Anthony, you're welcome. Thank you so much, Anthony. I really do appreciate it. The Hutch, she's here. Shout out. Bill Nickel is here. It's great stuff. It's great to see you all in the live chat, and I do appreciate it. I just want to say thank you. Thanks to everybody for the super chat participations. That means a lot. I really do appreciate it. I work like crazy on this channel, and it's not just a YouTube channel, and it's not just the J Show. Auto Transport Intel is the car shipping business channel. Auto Transport Intel has 4 shows. Tuesday Nights Live, DOT Compliance, Dispatching Live, Cars on the Move. Each show serves a separate function. If you need help, you've got an idea, you're not sure where you need to be, but you want to spend some time on the channel, autotransportintel@gmail.com. We're getting more involved with trade shows, networking like crazy. And again, that's the thing, is you're not just throwing up a video or getting on the email. When you participate in the channel, I want to help see more about your business and where do you fit into the automotive vertical. Where are you? Are you fragmented? Do you feel fragmented? What vertical do you wish you knew better? I want to help you do all those things, and that's also why I want to thank companies like ViLOG Tracking Solutions, Black Widow Imaging Solutions, Murphy Auto Transport, SuperFlo Systems. Thank you guys so much for participating in the channel. And of course, I want to thank the team at Ship Your Car Now, John Robertson, Don Brady. We had folks in the live chat, Anthony Pisano, and shout out to Gavin, founder. Great job, great show, great information. John, you really killed it with the demo. It was a great demo. And I know that there might be some folks that, you know, can't see it on the little screen or whatever. Well, perfect. Now is your chance to contact Ship Your Car Now, get a demo, and learn how this can be integrated in your solutions. Lyamen had a lot of amazing things to say about integration, etc. So it's, you know, it's dealers, carriers, tech. There's so much to it. Let us know how we can help you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is time for me to say goodnight and run the car hauler, but I really do appreciate it. Thanks for all your participation and support. Please join us tomorrow on Dispatching Live. No, that's Thursday's show. Join us tomorrow on DOT Compliance. That's the Wednesday show with your DOT guy, Brian Riker. We're going to be live at noon. We actually have a lot to talk about. It's a 30-minute show. It's probably going to run long. But if you've got an FMCSA, ELD, IRP, IFTA, you know all that carrier stuff that you don't want to deal with, and you find it painful and long and process, and you kind of skip it, and then you get pulled into a DOT weigh station, and they literally clean you out. Well, that's what we try to cover on DOT Compliance. You can get free advice in the live chat. Join us at noon tomorrow. Here comes the car hauler. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Peace out, everybody.